as long as no one does any fact checking, and go on fine. I serve as the EMS battalion chief for the district, and we are here today to talk about a call that I believe represents the day-to-day desire and goal we have to deliver an excellent pre-hospital patient care. Andrew is here today with us, and there's no denying that that is the great outcome. But in order for him to be here today, a lot of things had to be in place. We had to have a strong limbs at the county. All enjoy that. We had to have PATH staff be first rate. We enjoy that. We had to hire the right people and make sure we had the right funding for our board of directors. Right now, we are in a situation celebrating Andrew's life because all those pieces and all those people were in place that day. I'd like to provide you a little bit of backstory before I turn the podium over to Andrew. March 23rd this year was a Thursday. It was the third day of spring. I think we all experienced a very wet winter. Well, that day was nice and dry. The weather was pleasant. At about 7 o'clock that night, Andrew and 3 buddies of his decided to play tennis at Countrell Country Club. Something they've done many times before. By 7 o'clock, all 4 were on the court, and they were all claiming to be the better player than the other 3. I don't know why we didn't do that, but we did. 7:45, that game came to an abrupt and jarring halt. Andrew collapsed to the ground, minus any history or pre-alert, and cardiac arrest. His tennis buddies rushed to his side. On duty at Round Hill that day, we had 2 employees. We had Cynthia Sonko and Deanna Tanner. Deanna and Cynthia grabbed an AED and rushed to Andrew's side. They assessed him, found him non-breathing, no pulse. They immediately began CPR. They also had the forethought to grab an AED. This was Tanner's first day of work at Round Hill. Pretty remarkable. Stayed calm, did the right thing, much like the common theme between all these people were there at the right time doing the right acts. They began CPR and another gentleman accessed 911, just like we tell the public every day. The call came into our communications center, which is a 13-year award-winning center, if I may add that. EMD was processed, and much like many organizations would be happy to have a 2-minute call processing time. They'd be very happy to claim a 1-minute call processing time. We can't make that claim for Andrew. Our damn communications dispatch got it done in 23 seconds. They had units rolling, engine 32, rescue 34, in and out. That 23 seconds was pretty admirable. A lot of departments would be happy to have an initial response time from their fire units of 2 minutes. They'd be ecstatic to have a 1 minute. We can't claim that for Andrew. Engine 32 had wheels turning in and out to Round Hill in 30 seconds. Fire chiefs, including Chief Meyer, would be pretty happy to have a 5-minute total response time. Chief Meyer can't claim that. Engine 32 was there in 3 minutes. Within 5 minutes of Andrew going down, we had engine, ambulance, and 6 paramedics on the scene. Can we do that with every call? No. But we couldn't do it without everyone's help. Engine 32 assessed Andrew and assumed patient care. They began ALS interventions. What they brought with them that day, coincidentally, was an auto-pulse device. They brought with them a LifePak 15. Almost everyone in this room is familiar with that. 2 weeks prior, we didn't have auto-pulses on our engine. By virtue of having an astute and engaged board of directors, they saw the wisdom and the recommendation to put auto-pulses on our first arriving engines. Now it seems like a no-brainer. The LifePak 15 we didn't have those a few weeks earlier. We were using some older models. The reason we were able to attain that equipment was by purchase pass-through agreement with the Alliance. Thanks to Chief Carmen and Mike Johnson, we have those on our engines. We had the trained personnel, we had the right equipment, we had the right people in the right place at the right time. Next to arrive was Rescue Medic 34. They stepped into the scene with another 3 medics. They assessed Andrew, and within 9 minutes of the call, they were en route to the hospital. They took an extra medic with them, so we had 4 paramedics working on him. They were so efficient, that they had time to talk to his wife, Christine. Now, very mild-mannered lady, wouldn't you say? Very, very assertive over the phone on where she wanted her husband to be treated at. She made a couple of firefighters blush. They were able to get Andrew, the travel time to the hospital was 7 minutes, and they delivered him to the ER doc, and 6 days later, Andrew walked out and he returned home to recuperate. I am incapable of telling you the effectively how fortunate and appreciative Andrew is. So at this time, I'd like Andrew and his wife Christina to step forward and make their presentation.
Well, thanks, Chief Dugan. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I'll try and get through this. I normally get choked up when thanking the great people that rescued me in that time for that. That's it all. And how can I follow the great stories that have been here in Oliver and that darn cute bear, too, but I'll do my best. So, my name's Andrew Keary, and I wouldn't be standing here before you today if it weren't for the people behind me. I've had the chance to thank many of them already, but really, there's never enough times that I can thank you. And thank you seems inconsequential compared to the gift that all of you have given me. From the unbelievable staff at Round Hill Country Club, Tana, who was first to my side, and Cynthia, to my friends, Mike, Barry, Skip, and Scott, who were some of the others to rush to my aid, to the incredible first responders, 4 of whom are here today. Captain Pruitt, who I've since forgiven for drilling a hole in my ankle. I'm sure that was necessary, but still, now I understand the importance of it. Engineer Mariol and firefighters Drake and Conley. Words cannot describe how grateful I am. And from there, the list of people that I'm indebted to goes on and on. The staff at Kaiser, the fabulous staff at John Muir who treated me since, Dr. Benson and his team, and then all the friends and family that rushed to my aid and all the people who have helped me recover since. I'll be forever in all of your debt. In the interim, I have made a full physical recovery, and I'm mostly over the mental scars. Some would say I had mental scars before, so this is probably the best we can hope for. But some of the gifts that you've given me are spending more time with my wonderful wife, Christine, and our family, playing tennis again with my friends, watching our 10-year-old play baseball, coaching his soccer team, visiting our kids in college. All these things that seemed simple and straightforward before, and so many more things like them. I have an incredibly elevated sense of appreciation and gratitude for everything that I have. And for that, I have all of you to thank. So for Captain Pruitt and his team, excuse me, and all the dispatch, EMS, and medical professionals here, I'm humbled to be here with you today. I'm in awe of the work that all of you do, and I can never thank you enough. Thank you.